Right, hello. How are you, my dear sisters? I am tuning in from India and it's early morning. Well, it's 7 o'clock. And I'm having my morning drink. I just completed my celebration of my intentions for this lunar cycle. If you have attended our new moon manifest ritual, I shared the 6 step process, and celebrating the energy of being in the desire is one of them. And we committed to doing some of it for this period of the lunar cycle. And here I am. I just wanted to check in. How are you? How are you feeling? And I wanted to discuss. As I was sipping my drink, I just felt called to jump online, just set up my light and put some eyeliner. I think I'm ready to go and talk to you. So, what I wanted to really say is, how do you feel about surrender, the feminine quality of surrender? What does this mean to you, and how good are you at that? I'm gonna have a sip. And okay, yeah, I can see myself, and I think the audio is good enough, so I can continue. Just double checking the logistics here. So this is the time of the year where our bodies are doing a lot and also feeling a lot, right? So tell me if this is happening for you, right? And if you really follow the tune, the rhythm of your body, what you will also hear from the wisdom that is really oozing out of you is that your feminine wants to surrender, is longing to surrender. Take a moment here right now and breathe with me. So, what's your idea of surrendering? And this can be a really confusing subject for all. A lot of us said like, yeah, I've just surrendered. A lot of us speak like, yeah, I've surrendered to the divine. Yeah, I'd like to surrender, but I don't know how. And what I also notice is that surrender is somehow believed to be a passive state, like a state where you say like, yeah, I've surrendered and I'm not doing anything about it because I've surrendered into, I've let go. Or there's this whole lot of different connotation and confusion around surrender, like being a passive state, like trusting the universe and things will be fine and it will work out as it should be, and I will have the faith in divine timing and all is well and be part of the grand scheme in life. So I've surrendered and all of that, right? And that is, yes, an aspect of surrender, like feeling into the trust, the faith, the certainty that you are provided, looked after, cared for. However, what I have understood is this one missing link that I felt like nobody really explained to me when it came to the topic of surrender. And surrender is definitely not um, a passive state of being. In fact, surrender, I want to share with you a way, a process where you can surrender into something that is probably overwhelming you right now, or something that is too big for you to handle, or right now in this moment, in this season of your life. Um, so doing this work of the feminine empress really made me reveal one very big um, piece of the puzzle, that I am a co-creator. Yes. And I have been emphasizing on this because this perspective really shifts. what you have to experience or what you can experience in this life. So that an empress does not do everything on her own. She creates her team of royal advisors to assist her. She is the co-creator, right? She is the leader, but she is not the creator. She is the co-creator. Leading is good because leading means that you have a vision, right? So she is a leader, but she is not a creator in its own entirety. She is a co-creator. She has equal, she claims her throne next to the source or the higher power or the God, so God, goddess, universe, energy, whatever you want to say, call on to. So it became my responsibility literally to practice this in my own life and see like, hey, how does this co-creating energy feels like, and what does it feel like? Surrender is a very active process in being. So here's what I've learned, and here's what has worked for me. When things are not working out, or I'm tired of going against the stream or feeling too much to hold on to, I surrender to the divine, to the source, to the creator of all, God, Goddess, Sophia, whatever you want to call. And I surrender, but very in a very active way, in an active way, which means that I am actively in constant conversation with the universe, source, whatever. Yes. So I'm in constant conversation as if like, okay, I have done my part. I don't understand what else to do. I am not hesitant to have this honest conversation with this higher power that I really think I am on low battery. I have shown up, I've done, I don't think I can handle this. I've done my bit. Can you take a lead from here? So I really assign a task. The leader in me, the feminine empress, the leader in me is having this vision and doing whatever possible from my end. But when it comes to place where I feel an obstacle, I lead and I assign a task to the source, the universe, God, Goddess, Spirit. How can it get better than this? How can, and what I also like to really say is, how can I receive answer for this? Can you make way for me? Can you bring some answers to me? Can you show me through some signs, or can you reveal it to me? Can you open doors for me? Can you make a momentum in this, even if it is not visible in the physical plane? You know, things are working behind the scenes. So I specifically do this when I have a busy day and I know like there is a lot to be done. I really go into this surrender energy and I call upon this co-creative power of having the ability to do my work, but also having this co-creative energy to help me, support me in expanding my time, energy, and creativity. So I really ask for support in expanding my time, creativity, and energy. So this is a very active phase, because what you're doing is you're building a very healthy, honest relationship in co-creation. And that is what is missing, the we taking command that yes, we are worthy to even have this relationship. Because what we have been taught is that the creator or this higher power is a supreme force that is so big, and we've got to pay respect from a place of a beggar energy, not from a place of worthy or from a place of less than. And that's not the way of the feminine empress. So as the feminine empress, we ask, we listen, we look for synchronicities around, and that's how we enter the magic zone. So here's what I want to invite you to play with now that you're entering probably an overwhelming time of the year, to go into the surrender energy and ask for co-creation, ask for help. But I also want to show you or share with you how you can practice expanding your energetic capacity during this time, right? Why? Because being an empress also the leader of your life, yes, really means that you are able to hold on to difficult emotions, unpleasant emotions, hold on to your nerves in a way that you are not always running on triggers. So this is a good practice for you to look into, like maybe experiment. Okay, so for one day, surrender your worries, your want, your need, whatever it is. And of course, try this for one day and see, because it's going to reveal so much about yourself to you. I do this constantly, and I'm surprised at areas that I'm picking up and witnessing myself, like, oh, okay, that needs working on, or like, that was good, I was able to hold on, I did not fall off my integrity, hold on to my nerves. So for one day, surrender your worries, wants, or need, whatever it is. Of course, you can come back to it tomorrow, later, but for one day, for the sake of this experiment. And during that day, no matter what happens, do not rush into reaction. Yeah. So choose one day, like set your intention, like, hey, today, I've got a million things to do. I've got a million things to make work, right? And I'm not gonna rush. I'm gonna surrender, I'm gonna ask for help, I'm gonna hold and expand my energetic capacity of being in my body rather than in my head. So pace yourself slow and notice. And what's going to happen is, whenever I have tried this, the reason I'm saying it's an experiment, because you know what happens in experiments? Experiments fail, but then we redo it. So that's why it's an experiment, right? You fail several times. So let this not be like, okay, I did it, it didn't work for me. It is going to work for you, and it's going to reveal so much about yourself to you. So what you're going to do is you pace yourself slow and notice how frantic life can get. I am telling you, you will be tested, but this is the part of the experiment, right? Notice how frantic life can get, and people are around you will need you more, or will come and trigger you in ways, but catch yourself here. Don't rush, don't react, because you've asked for help. You're gonna show up in presence, not in rush and reaction, right? And when things go wrong, remain still, watch, listen. Listen how life is responding to you without your need to interfere to make things work. We women have become a bit controlling because we like to do things and get things done, and we think and believe that if we don't do things, then it will not get done the right way. But what we are doing is we are living in a very tight, controlled mechanism, which is not inherent to our principal nature of our body, which is the feminine. What's going to also happen is, when you resist your need to interfere, you may see things falling apart. But you have to allow that to happen, to know what needs course correction. The wisdom lies there. So if someone wants something from you, if you can give them, give them. If you cannot, just say no without the need to justify. If people are upset, demanding, angry, um, leave them alone for this day. Leave them alone. It's an experimental day for you. Remember, leave them alone. See how you can be true to yourself, and let others be true to themselves, and through their own feelings, and get their own lessons in their own divine way. But you do not interfere in fixing everything for everyone, and see how your life is, because this is a real good analysis of what your life is. Are you holding all pieces together and moving forward, and missing out on holding or listening to the main character of your life, which is you? So what I'm trying to tell you here is, practicing surrender from a very active place. Be in constant conversation. If it's becoming difficult for you to hold your energy, have the conversation like, wow, It's so difficult, but can you help? Can you send some help? Can you make it easy for me? How can it get better than this? So the main point here is you are holding your energy inside. When you're surrendering, you're holding your energy inside and you're witnessing things around you, right? So that's the energy, that's the active phase of surrendering. That's all certainty and trust. It's not like, hey, I'm surrendering and you all get your things sorted. What you're going to do is, what you're going to learn is, you're going to learn to expand holding your energy in your body and be a witness. And if it becomes too much for you, respond with a smile and walk away. That's what I do when I feel like, okay, not working out for me. I just smile and walk away, and I reflect. So just imagine yourself being on a road and you're walking along the road, and the road will lead you to a destination. Your job for this experimental day is to just keep walking, just keep being in this energy of surrender and witnessing, right? Without the need to reacting. You can respond, but notice how you're responding. If you're getting triggered, like hold your trigger, witness what's going on, right? If you feel disturbed, anxious, that, oh my god, I really really want to give that person my peace of mind, because that's absolutely ridiculous. Delegate it to the universe, to the source. Notice how you carry on your daily chores without complaining. Yeah, because surrender energy often requires you to be in this grace as well. And this is a huge part of self-leadership. Self-leadership is not about you being the perfect leader of your life. Self-leadership is your ability to lead yourself. Can you really put yourself in an environment where you think that you're holding on to too much, and you're going to let few things go for the moment and the day, and really be in your integrity, be true to yourself, and notice and trust? It's all about expanding the edges of your comfort zones. It's all about witnessing your nerves. It's about resisting the default pattern to react. That's the feminine empress way of going into self-leadership. And it's also about, only from this place you will be able to create authentic boundaries. Because what we are taught about creating boundaries is that we create boundaries for ourselves, so that we win. But the feminine empress way is inclusive of all. When you set boundaries, you set it in such a way that you want both parties to win. You want both parties to feel good. But if you do not allow yourself the space of contemplation, then you are just always reacting from trigger, right? So I teach a lot of this inside of the Feminine Empress codes, like how you can be the leader of your life. It's not about becoming the perfect version, the highest, the grandest, the most beautiful version of yourself. Yes, but it's not only about that. It's not about looking that you are all sorted. It is about how willing are you to lead yourself in your life despite things falling apart, right? And this is what surrender really means. So what you would also notice, that there are so many unnecessary reactions and worries that we hold on to on a regular basis, that messes up our hormones, our endocrine system. It's really really bad for women. So this is what I'm teaching you is an experiment, and it really really requires practice. This is a training really into expanding our nervous system, and nervous system regulation is not about feeling calm. Whoever is teaching nervous system regulation and talking about making your nerves calm is not actually relaying you the correct meaning of nervous system regulation. Nervous system regulation does not mean to calm your nerves. It means to regulate your nerves. That means that whatever situation you are in, you are not checking out of your body, but you're able to hold your nerves in a way that is conducive to you, your authenticity, your integrity, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you. Yeah, teach so many of these simple modalities that can really help you become the true leader of your own life. Leadership is not just about what you do, your work, your business, but it is about you. If this is calling you, then write to me about Feminine Empress course, and I want to welcome you inside. I'm seeing so many women signing in. I think we have around 14 women join in. It's going to be a small intimate group. Usually these groups are really powerful. We practice this 4 months, becomes this practice ground for us to bring in all of our triggers and also all of our beauty and authenticity and wisdom, and combine all of that, and practice how we can welcome life with much more grace and beauty and wisdom, as well as authenticity. So I hope this helped, and I would love to know how this experiment goes on for you. Try this on a day, and if you fail, try it again, because it's gonna reveal so much about yourself to you. And this is what I wanted to share today. I hope this resonated with you. I'd love to know in the comments or in the replay that you're watching. Namaste.